Hey, gang. Hello, hello, hello. You're way up there. I did this because you see what I got going on back there. Let me see if I can bring this up on my channel. There it is. Okay. So, what I was doing today was messing around with stuff. You know how we are. We get things and we don't use them, and we run into a little bit of a problem and we set things aside. And yeah, that's what happens. I need to have this up someplace where I can see the chat and not and look at the camera at the same time, I guess. But what I was doing was playing around with some of the things that I have in my stash that I just haven't done enough with. You can see this machine back here. This is a scan and cut from Brother. And I've had this for several years now. I ran into problems with it because the um, I couldn't get this carrier sheet to load right, and I couldn't get things to stick to it right, and so I was having issues. And in the meanwhile, I'd gotten a Cricut from a garage sale and just decided to give it a try. And it worked fine, but you had to have the cartridges and all of that. And I ended up giving that away to a friend. And then, I tried this again, still wasn't working, was having issues this morning. I was trying to cut let me show you what I was doing. I was trying to cut some clear stencil paper. And this isn't going to show up real well. I need to put something here. Yeah, it's clear, so you can't see it. But I was trying to cut clear stencil paper. And, okay, so here's one where I drew it out with a black marker. And this one is drawn out with a black marker. And you can see that these did actually cut out. I had some issues with it, though. They were not cutting the way I wanted it to. Here's a little word that I had done so that I can spray. And so let me show you. Here's another little cutout leaf stencil, or this would be a mask here, not a stencil. But if I were to, let me just get some paper here. Here's a piece that I've got some color on, right? And I've got, let's see, I've got this stencil, which is kind of big. I've got this one that I cut, which I think is a nice size for this. So let me get some ink or paint or something. Don't see anybody in the chat yet. So I want to get something that's going to stick here. What do I have for sprays? Oh, I've got these Dina Wakley sprays. These are going to make a mess if I do spray them, but I should try it, right? Let's see if I can get one of these to work today. I've got a box here. Got a box here to put my spray things into. You can see I was drawing all kinds of things on the front of this to cut. So let me put this down and put this down. Let's see if I can get this stuff to spray today. I cleaned them all out, like they say to do, right? Oh, it's spraying. Yay. Okay. So that's going to need to dry. Let me plop this onto a piece of paper because it's got a lot of spray on it now. Oops. And let's see. You tell me to rinse it off in the water and then put the cap back on it. So I'm going to do that. And now I'm going to grab a dark blue. Get it out of there. Good heavens. Hey, hi, Debbie. Oh my gosh. This is. Oh. Okay, you guys, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Oh my gosh. Hey, Noni, hi. So, all right, I'm going to try. No, see, this one does not want to spray. So that's what I did the other day is remember I told you guys I went out and bought some of these little spray bottles. I don't think the sprayer is the same size. And of course, this stuff sets up like iron. So got to have a tool here to get into it. Yeah, no, of course they're not the same size. So let me pour some of this into this other bottle. See if I can get something to cooperate today. There. Okay. So okay, it's spraying us, right? Where's my towel? I need a towel or something to blot with. Okay. So this is sticking because I let it sit too long. So I'm going to have to wash the stencil off because this is plastic paper, okay? And you can see what happened is because this stuff was on the other side, it stuck to the paper. So that's a hot mess. This one's not even dry yet. That's the green that I tried doing. Let's see if I can do. See if I can do the blue on here. Okay. Yeah, there it is. There it is, okay? So it is working. But I do have to clean that off. But you can see these are pieces that I cut using that machine, which, has been a thorn in my side for a couple of years now. I still am having trouble with loading this thing. So I'm just leaving that in there right now. And if anybody's got suggestions, I did see some videos where other people were having trouble loading. But, here's a little create that I cut out. And I can take something other than a spray, like let's get some Distress Oxide. That won't be quite so messy, huh? Go out and come in again. Can't hear me? Okay, I can hear me on my phone, so I don't know. Okay, so let's do but I really wanted to do some cuts and create some stencils and things. Because I don't always want to buy a bunch of stencils. Sometimes I want to create things on my own. There, so you see, I was able to create that little stencil down there on my own. I was able to create this on my own. And all I did was I took some of this paper, and you could do this even if you don't have a cutting machine. This is graphics plastic paper. And what I wanted to do was to be able to scan and cut out some imagery. Here's one that I cut earlier. It's a big one. I wanted to be able to cut out some imagery, and then I realized, well, if I do it, I can't do it on printed paper. So, kind of defeated, because I was thinking that what I wanted to do was take some of these. Here's a page in a what is this? This is a dictionary. Well, I can use my stencil and cut or draw on that page with that stencil, but I'm not going to be able to scan it and cut it out. So I'm just going to have to draw around. So, some things are working for me, some are not. What I wanted to do was I wanted to do this sort of thing where I take text paper, do this, and then scan and cut out around. So, here, if I was drawing onto a page like this, I want to be able to draw around it and cut it out with that. So I should be able to just, tear this out and scan it and put it on my scanner over here. And of course, I found right away that it doesn't stick down well enough. So I do have to take a piece of tape and stick it down, because it's not gonna stay in place when I do this. But when I scan, let's go back to home. Okay. If I just want to hit scan and direct cut, it's going to feed it in. It's going to scan that page. And it's going to pick up all of that text and everything. So I need to not do it on text paper. I need to do it on just regular paper, and then um, cut it out. And so if I take a regular piece of paper, here's a regular piece of paper. I can do the same thing and then cut it out of the text weight paper. So I can just do, I can do a little drawing like that. I can put it on here and go back to home. Get rid of that because that's not going to work. Do a direct cut. Start this thing. It's going to scan that image. Then I can size it so I can bring this down to the right size because it picks up everything on your mat, and you don't want it to do that. Do a preview and say, okay. Now the other problem that I'm having with this is that this is supposed to be a sticky mat and this stuff is supposed to stay put. It doesn't. You know, I've already used tape on here to hold this down, but even that wasn't enough. So what I ended up having to do was to, you know, hold on to my paper, say, okay, I'm going to select cut now and start my cut. And as this thing works, I'm actually holding on to my paper here, just so that it does not move while the cutting head is cutting around this. Okay, so I can say okay and pull this off, and you see now I've got a cut and I've got these pieces that I can color up. Hey, Barbara Clark. Hi, Gail. Hi, Kelly. So yeah, I've got these two things, but now if what I want to do is cut the regular dictionary paper, and here's some that's got some Asian writing on it, which I think is kind of cool. So I've got my dictionary page with my writing on it. I can put that down and, you know, tape it down. Make sure that that's in place. Okay, so I'm going to select cut and start. Hopefully this will stay put. Okay, so now I've got these two pieces. One is a cutout like this. The other one is like this. And I can, you know, put my watercolor, do my drawing on top of it, all of that sort of thing. So, you know, some of this has been a success, some of it has not. You know, I like that I'm able to create a stencil of my own, with my own hand. And I am going to have to figure out some of the quirks that go with this particular machine so that I can make it more user-friendly for me. So this is, here's the stencil that created this. And here's a couple of other cuts that I did. And remember what I was using. I did not have good luck with the slick, clear stuff at all. My friends at PM Artist Studio use Yupo. And I thought, well, they're having pretty good luck with that white plastic stuff. So I got this graphics. I've got a bunch of this in the basement that I was using with alcohol ink. And so I pulled that out. It's a scan and cut, yes. So you can scan it, you can cut it. My problem is when I unload this thing, when I unload this part, I have a heck of a time getting it to accept this again. And, I've watched a bunch of other videos from people who say they're having the same kind of issue with load. And I can, try to load this thing about 3, 4, 5, maybe sometimes 10 times before it'll take. That's going to make a liar out of me. See, it's supposed to load. It did not load. So, it's just nickety. Okay, so this time it loaded. You have to load your carrier sheet in there, and this machine is having issues. So I want to talk to Brother ScanNCut and see if they have some answers for me on that. Yeah, it's a lot faster than cutting by hand. And, I'm thinking about all the things that I'm going to be able to cut. I started with, first I had just a little piece like this, and I thought, okay, I want to cut some stencils out like that. And so that's what I did. And then, so today has all been that learning process of, taking this kind of stuff and learning how to use the machine and playing with it until it works the way I want it to. So if it works, right. And see, I was so frustrated with it when I first got it and the thing wasn't loading right. I kind of almost gave up on it. I was going to send it back to Brother and just say to heck with it. But, I was having issues, but that doesn't mean that I can't resolve the issues. I just have to spend some time and figure it out. So, hi, Kelly. No, it shouldn't be doing that to you. Yeah. I'm definitely going to call the support line and see what's going on with that because, like I said, that's what's held me up. It's been so frustrating for me to, not be able to get out of the machine what I want. And my whole motto this month has been use it or lose it, or actually since the beginning of the year, it's like, are you going to use that thing? Or are you going to get rid of it? Is it taking up space in your craft area and you're not getting any use out of it? So, and I wanted to use it like for cutting fabric and all kinds of things because now I've got that image in there. I should be able to take just a really cool piece of fabric and cut that too. So let's see how it does on fabric. I just cut a swatch of this wherever it is because I want to use some fabric in my art. So this is some cool like tie-dyed stuff I picked up. I like tie-dye, I like batik, I like all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I hope it's not hopeless, Barb. I hope it's not. Okay, so let's say okay. See, now it unloaded again. I need to reload, and it's not loading. See, made a mess out of the load. See if I can get it. See, it's loading one side and not the other. Just so frustrating. All right, try it again. Yeah, loading one side, not the other. Let's try it again. Nope, now it's loading this side, not the other. I'm frustrated. That didn't do anything at all. Yeah. So you can see why I gave up before. Not going in there. Yep. What a mess. That's not straight. Oh, yay, we got it loaded. What a heck of a deal. Okay, so let me see if I can get this in the same general area. See if I can tape that down. See if we can cut some fabric. Because that would be fun for applique and stuff, right? Okay, so I want to make sure, yep, make sure it's sticking down. It's not sticking real well. I might need to get a different mat for fabric. We'll see. I'm going to select cut and start. Let's see what you guys are saying. What's doing that? Yeah, it is frustrating, right? Yeah, see, look at that. Look at that. That is not right. So we're going to quit the operation. Going to unload the mat because it just, it's supposed to work with this. So I've got to figure that out for fabric, but I will work on that one. And what I wanted to tell you guys, I'm going to try and do a Zoom tomorrow on, I'll put the link in Art Joy of Sharing. So if you guys want to join me tomorrow, we can craft together and I can continue to work on some of these projects that I've been doing. Because, I've been pulling out old stuff. I've got this journal here that I was working on the other day, and I was putting some of those pieces that I had cut out of paper into these journals. Here's one of those flowers here that I added to that. And so I've got a lot of stuff to work on. I just don't know. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this here today. I've got to clean up my stencil that I did make and see if I can wash that stuff off. And if you guys have any suggestions, special mat for fabric. You know, I've had, I probably have it. It's probably downstairs. I just need to go get it because um, when I got the machine, I ordered a whole bunch of stuff to make sure that I had what I needed to do it with. I've got extra blades. I've got, all kinds of stuff. But I'll read the information on their website and I'll see maybe if tomorrow. Um, okay, Gail. Yeah, I need good luck. I need good luck. So, anyway, watch tomorrow if you want to just have a play day. Watch in Art Joy Sharing, and I'll put a Zoom number up there for you, and we can get together and chat about this stuff. So, thanks for hanging with me while I'm playing with these new things and trying to figure out my process. So, remember, kindness is free. Sprinkle that stuff everywhere. All right, guys. Cheers. Bye.